So another great thing that you can do with your Chromebook and Adobe Spark is create a video out of photos. So this is a really useful tool if you want your students to do explainers or how-to videos, or kind of flip their own content where you give them an assignment and then they need to create a video that other students can watch. So once again, we're going to go back to the 3 lines. This time we're going to choose video. So once you do that, it's going to bring you into the Adobe Spark video. It's a little bit slow. That's okay. So you're going to title it. So I'm going to do one on the 4 stages or states of matter with water. So you can use some of these pre-made ideas. They can be really helpful, but I'm just going to go ahead and click on make my own. So you can see this could be useful in almost any content area. One of the things the students can do is they can watch this little video that can help them understand how to add pictures and do some of the different settings. I'm just going to exit out of that since you're already watching my video. Okay, so the first thing you might want to do is pick a theme. I like this little snap theme, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that. And what that's going to do is give us basically, it's going to keep everything looking the same throughout the video. So at the very first one, I might want to add text, right? So 4 states of matter, and then a colon, water. Okay, so right now this tells us it's going to be up for 2 seconds. I can make it a little bit longer by extending this out to 4 seconds. So now that slide is going to last for 4 seconds. You can even listen to the audio. So that's the audio that's going to be playing over that slide. You can change the music if you want to something different. I'm okay with the Traveling Buddies. We're just going to go ahead and leave that alone. Go back to layout. You can change the layout on this if you wanted to. Lots of different things that you could do with this first slide, but I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add another slide. So you just click the little plus button over here, and that adds a second slide. So I'm going to add a photo to this one. So once again, I'm going to use the Find Photos features, but you could easily upload your own photo. So we're going to look for water. I'm going to try ocean. There we go. Some nice, good liquid water. So here we go. I'm going to pick that picture right there because it's a horizontal one. Then I'm going to go back to my layout choices. You notice you have different ones. You could have 2 things, one thing next to each other. You could have a thing and a caption, or you could full screen the photo. So that's what I'm going to do with this first one. I'm going to full screen the photo. Then I can also add my own narration to this photo by just simply holding down on this button right here, the microphone button. So I'm going to go ahead and hold down on the button, and it'll tell you can do this as many times as you want. So as soon as you let up off the button, it's going to stop. So I'm just going to do some quick narration. Water is the most abundant resource on the earth. It covers over 2/3 of our planet, and in its liquid form, it looks like what we find in the ocean. So it tells me my narration is 10 seconds. Also, if you look up here, really tiny, it says saving. Okay, so you'll know that it's still working on saving that audio. And then you'll see the play button pops up when it's done being saved. So now you can hit water is the most abundant resource on the earth. It covers, you can hear that it still has the same music in the background as it did before. All right, so now we're going to add another slide, right? So we obviously want another picture here, right? So we're going to find photos again. This time we're going to use ice. So here's a cool picture of ice. I really like that. So notice the layout has retained the full screen from my second slide. So if I wanted to change that, I would have to go to a different option. So when it says full screen in a thing, that means I could put text over this. So I could put on here ice. So let's go back to the first one. I'm going to change that to full screen and a thing. And then we're going to put water. So then I would obviously want to put more narration over here. Some saying something about the various molecules and how when they're close together, they're more dense and it makes ice. Something like that. I don't teach science. So it's still saving. Right? We'll wait for that little play button icon to appear. So always make sure your students understand that. Okay. And then we're going to add another one for steam. Oh, that's the thing. Okay, so this is the background. We want to put our photo in the background. All right. So we want steam this time. There we go. And actually, I like this picture better. You see how easy it is to change from one picture to the other. And then we're going to add our text on top of that. Steam. And then I could add more audio, but I'm not going to just because I want to move on to show you other things about the program. Okay. And then let's go ahead and put our final photo in here of plasma. So it's not water plasma. I'm not even sure what that looks like because I'm not a science teacher, but plasma. All right. Notice you can also add instead of text, right? Your other thing choices are icons, right? So you can put another. So find an icon. I'm going to search for energy because I doubt that they have one for plasma. Right. Okay, so they have some cool ones for energy though. So there we go. So you can add other things besides text, these little icons, and it has quite a few in their library. Okay, so now that we've finished, you can preview your video, and it's pretty quick considering that you're making water is the most abundant resource on the earth. It's pretty quick considering you're making this on the internet. Then the last thing, of course, is you can share it out. So how would you share this? You can download it to your desktop, or you can create a link to it, depending on whether you want to add it to a web page, or if you want to be able to play it. Now, downloading to your Chromebook is probably not a great idea because your Chromebook doesn't have a really huge hard drive. So my suggestion would be then to download it to a different computer that you have access to, maybe a Windows or a Mac, where you can then upload it to your Chromebook. But you can just as easily use the create link to add it to Classroom or any other content management system, uh, so that if the students need to turn it in,